All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostle and elders, great millstone, who teach very well, walnut this truth from. In citation out there to the hopeful lick, who continue to push his word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, just touching on Jake, who basically made deals with this devil, because there's no honor amongst thieves. Esau Edom being the devil that the Bible speaks of, he don't even look out for his own people. These regular Joe six packs, these people who are better known as rednecks, who live in trailer park, known as trailer park trash. They don't even treat these people right, which is of their own nation. So how much more would they treat just a regular nigga, man? Their biggest enemy. Let's get this real quick in Sirach 14. Let's start at verse 5. It says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? In one way that Esau is evil to himself is this guy. He have rulership of the whole planet Earth. We living in prophecy right now. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? But guess what? This nigga is spraying chemtrails on the same planet that you live on. He's polluting the water, the same water that he have to drink from, And ultimately, he's the embodiment of death, man. Not only into himself, not only to humankind, but guess what? Into all creation. Because like it says, if this guy continues to be in power, then no flesh shall be saved, man. All the birds will die away. When the last time you seen the bee since this man been in power? The extinction of animals are increasing. And the reason why is because the so-called white man is in rulership. Let's get another one real quick, man. God, well, I could just quote it. It says the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Because again, the way that he show you mercy, give you some money, but in order for you to receive this money every month, the man can't be in the house, or basically selling your integrity, whether it be your backside or your mouth. For the lack of better words, you selling your integrity just for a couple shekels. This guy, he know what's going on, man. And it's a sick thing to continue to see Jake continue to trust the so-called white man after all the atrocities and evil doings they have done unto our people over eons and centuries and decades and years, man. It's not like this beef just started during the civil rights period. Man, we have to go back into history. We can even go into day one from Cain and Abel, from the time we was in Babylonian captivity, and these devils pointing us out to 70 AD, to slavery, you know. But now in 2025, this guy have been rehabilitated from his wicked deeds. That's a damn lie, man. Actually, this guy, he's in more of a worse state than he was back then. Let's get something real quick in Sirach 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that's it, man. Because again, even though back then, they'd call you a nigga in your face, and you might see a Jake hanging upon the tree. Guess what? These guys have got more wiser now. He have become more subtle than any beast of the field. Now he's smiling in your face, He give you a coupon, an Outback. You know what I'm saying? On top of all that, he's going to give you a Powerade with red 45 in it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, even though we can make a joke of these things, it's really the embodiment of death. And that's why our Lord Yahweh Shai warned us not to trust this guy. Because once you trust him, then he's going to stab you in your back. That's why the scriptures say, don't hinge on the hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, man. Because you're going to be punished by trusting in him. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed. Yes. Calling you brother. Let me buy you a drink. It's something behind that. He probably wants you to do something to his wife or something. It's a crazy world that we're living in. And the reason why this world is so crazy and upside down and ass backwards is because the so-called white man is in power now. Let's continue on though. It says, and take, it's like it through, though he humbled himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that all his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Why? Because you're going to realize that a devil have been amongst you, man. You know? The devil that the Bible speaks of, the guy that you trusted in. You know, you wanted the world to be just like him. He's the guy that's leading the whole world astray. You know? Continuing on. Say him not by thee, least when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. And that's what this devil been doing. The MO, he'll play under you just so he can overthrow you. And even now, he played up under Jake. Now he have resumed the nationality of being a Jew with two O's, man. You know? Not knowing that your original nationality is what? The nation of Edom. And if you're such a proper and kind guy, why won't you just claim your nationality, man? You're proud to be an American, but why you're not proud to be an Edomite? Because you know the judgments that's coming upon you, man. And that's why you even to the rest of your people, man. You can even go into like Ishmael and Moab, Elam. They still have a sense of honor when it comes to their people. They'll break their people off and put the connections. When Esau get in power, he want all this to himself. He's a greedy and covetous man. And the only way that he would, pay you with things like that or use you is that you have to have some use for him, man. But once that use start running out, whether it be you've been in the NBA for 5 years and now you got bad knees. Soon as those bad knees, guess what? He's kicking you out. He's going to throw you under the table and give you a more wickeder replacement, man. You know, let's go ahead and continue on though. It says, set him not by thee, least when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, least he seek to take thy seat. And at thy last, remember my words and be pricked therewith. Yes, because now he have taken the seat of the chosen children of Israel. When really you're the chosen children of hatred. You're the chosen children that the Lord have iniquity for forever, man. And guess what? That's a lot of rank, Esau. You know, you got a major part in the movie, so just play it, man. You know, let's go ahead and continue on, though. It says, who will pity a charmer that has been with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So who would pity somebody who's basically playing with a snake, man? And once you get big, you want sympathy. No, man, it's too late. Just going back until we told you not to trust this guy. But soon as you trusted in him, he gave you the paperwork. You signed those papers. And all of a sudden, whether it be years down the line or whether it be months or days or a couple of hours, he will reveal himself to be the devil, man. Even if you're doing something wicked for him, guess what? He still is going to cross you, man. And push come to shove, he'll just put you to death. Ask the cleanse, man. You know, continuing on though. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with them in his sins, who will pity? Let's go right here to Sirach 13:1. It says, he that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. So now you're nothing but an Edomite, man, for real, basically. And through your bloodline, you're an Israelite. But if you trust in this system spiritually, you're going to get that judgment of Esau. You know, and we already know that the judgment of Esau is that fire in Obadiah 1:18. If Jake trusts in Esau in this society, you're going to get that nuclear fire that's written about in Zechariah the 14th chapter, man. You know? So either way, you're going to get burnt if you're an Edomite, man. You know, let's go ahead and get another one, because again, it's not like this guy is going to help you out. These different space stations and bunkers they have everywhere. It's not like he's going to say, come on, guys, I got you. No. What he's going to do is show his true horns like a cat. When you bag him up in the corner, it's not like he purr. No, he's going to hiss. He's going to give that hump back and he's going to put his claws out. That's the MO that Esau is doing right now. He see that Yahweh Shai is on his way. He can see that the prophets are out here speaking against this system. He can see prophecy popping off the pages, man. But at the same time, guess what? He's going to try to do any and everything to stop the will of the Lord from happening, man. So let's go ahead and get this real quick. But the will of the Lord will be done in earth as it is in heaven, brother. Let's go ahead and get this in the book of Isaiah 28, and let's jump down to verse. Let's jump down to verse. Let's jump down to verse 14. It says, "Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people in Jerusalem." Now let's get that in the NLT, not in the NLT. Let's get that in the blue letter. Let's see what those scornful men represents. Because it was scornful men that was ruling Jerusalem in that time. It says scornful, scorning, bragging. Bragging goes back to being proud. Scorn, make mouths that talk arrogantly. And again, a part of these people being arrogant is their honorary white men. That's why you go into the Greek fraternities and things like that. The only thing those guys is honorary white men. That's the reason why they carry their self with the spirit of they're better than you. And the only thing that they did, not to go too deep into it, but only thing they did was make an oath, to basically worship a damn demon. But at the same time, they get that from it. They get that from Esau. So those scornful men, and through the spirit, I mentioned the fraternity. Guys like Shaq, he's in a fraternity. LeBron James is in he's honorary fraternity. You ain't gotta go to college to be in these different things. This broad Fantasia, she's an honorary AKA or some Delta or whatever, man. So guess what? Even Boosie, this nigga had a Kappa jersey on. So a part of these scornful men is people who go into the ways of Esau in order to get a high seat in this society. So let's go back. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule these people in Jerusalem. And the way they're ruling the people is through their influence. Beyonce ruled the people through her music, and she's not telling people, wives, be subjection to your husbands, and husband, be a good man to your wives. Children, obey your mother. She's not, no. 9 times out of 10, her songs is about being a rebellious woman, man, or a promiscuous woman, man. Either or. Let's continue on, because you have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. Yes, you made a covenant with Esau Edom. You're comfortable in this society. You want to stay here. So you signed contracts. You did little things for a piece of change. You went to the meetings. You went to the Diddy parties. That's a part of you making a covenant with death, man. And with hell are we at agreement when the overflowing scorn shall pass through it, shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Yes, because again, they push forth these people out there like they're good for the people. Oprah, this bitch, she might donate to a family or give out some turkeys every Thanksgiving and Christmas, but at the end of the day, behind closed doors, they're doing things that's unproductive to the nation, man. They don't care about the nation. They don't care about the people. They don't care about the Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. The only thing that they really care about is the MO that the white man wants them to do. That's why Oprah don't speak against the double O's. JE double O's, man. Floyd Mayweather can't speak against the double O's, man. And the reason why is because they rule the world. Let's go ahead and continue on. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. And this is talking about Yahweh Shai. Because while you guys are sending Esau as your stone, somebody fickle, somebody fragile, we're sending our stone as something that's solid. And it has a rock foundation. We know about our future. A lot of these celebrities, they don't know about their future, man. 5 and 10 years down the line, it can be planned that you get put down, man. And there's nothing you can do about it. But guess what? In Yahweh Shah future, guess what's going to happen? We're going to have eternal life. Showing you the difference between, the ruler that's living today and the ruler that's going to be living in the kingdom of heaven. Continuing on, judgment also will I lay to the lion in righteousness to the plummet. And the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. Let's go ahead and get this, because again, when it goes back into that judgment, just like in the flood, you know, the Lord destroyed things and things like that. But also through this truth is going to uncover everything. That Al Sharpton was a nigga the whole time. That T.D. Jakes is a power bottom, and I still don't know what that means, man. That Tyler Perry is a sick fool. These are all the things that the truth is pushing forth here in these latter days. This is what happens when righteousness springs forth, man. Lies crumble. That's why Hollywood is not as big as it's supposed to be, because the truth have been unfolded. A lot of these nations in these different countries, they don't want just really getting up off on these movies, man. A lot of these Netflix movies be foreign movies, man. They be pretty good too. The Hunger Games, that's a Moabite thing. But it just shows you that the decline of this current system, man. The U.S. been on top for so long, it was only a matter of time before the Lord gave them a curtain call. And this was happening right here, the curtain call of Esau. Continuing on, though. It says, in your covenant with death shall be disannulled. Matter of fact, let's get this in the NLT. It says, I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death. Yes, because you thought the Lord was going to, you're an Israelite, you're going to get your cake and eat it too. You're going to be up in this society. You're going to sell out in this society. And then ultimately in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to finesse the Lord. No, man, it's either or. You can't choose life and death, man. So the Lord said, I will cancel the bargain you made to cheat death, and I will overturn your deal to dodge the grave. Yes, because you thought you was going to be preserved by trusting in this system. But guess what? You're going to be missile food too. It says, when the terrible enemy sweeps through, you will be trampled unto the ground. Yes, because ultimately you're going to be known or seen as just a regular old nigga. And that's when he see you now. And that's when he will always see you. Even in the kingdom of heaven, this guy is still going to have a sense of pride towards us, because he know, what I'm saying? He know what's up. And again, I ain't gonna lie, Esau, they are a royal people because they come from Isaac, but they're not better than the nation of Israel. So yeah, I pray this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostle, Ellis Great Millstone, and Shalom.